right, Stan, thank you. Well, tonight, 13 ABC wants your feedback and your ideas, so we're getting you connected directly to 13 ABC Action News. Anchors, reporters, managers, all taking your calls right now. Diane Larson is standing by with more tonight. Diane?
I'm actually sitting by right here on the phones with our Get Connected phone bank. Zach Ottenstein, I-Team reporter next door, taking a number of calls. I've just been overhearing his phone calls. Somebody asking about the grain elevator fire and our coverage of that. Somebody else asking about information from the source. And this is the number to call to talk to folks like Dave Holmes, Bill Spencer, Kristen Emery, you see in the background, some of our Greg Bilazarian. Lee Conklin is behind me, as well as Tony Geftis and a couple of news managers and Christian Brown. It's your opportunity to, if you ever wonder, why don't they cover this on the news? Here's your chance to give us a call with a story idea, with a suggestion. I know a lot of times people say, now how would I get some coverage of an event that means something to me? This is a prime opportunity for making that happen. Again, 419-534-3838 is the number to call right now to get connected to news and the folks who work in our news department. And really, one of the easiest ways to get your event covered, to get a concern addressed, give us a call right now. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks, Diane.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now let's go out with Bill and Stan talked about this particular system or this tornado heading east, northeast toward the city of Sandusky. Now we're getting a caller from Marblehead, we understand. Are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Tell us your name and what you saw.
This is Larry Wiesman. I was actually, it's crazy because I was on the air with a guy on 94.5, Dan McClintock. I just won a contest. And I looked up and I saw a tornado and I thought, no, there's no way, you know. So now I'm standing in Marblehead looking across the Sandusky Bay. I can see Sandusky perfectly, and the clouds are real twisty. They're up in the air, it's just spinning over top of Sandusky, and it's so dark. The city of Sandusky just is dark. I can't even hardly see the actual city, and normally I can see it real clearly. So there's something going on over there right now. I don't know if it's a tornado. I don't see a tornado, but boy, the conditions are right.
Well, Larry, tell us what you did see. You know, as far as the cloud cover, the rotation, the skies were. I mean, tell us what you witnessed.
It was I saw a funnel coming down out of this, you know, coming down. I don't know if it was touching the ground, but it was definitely close enough to where it could have been a touchdown of an actual tornado. And that was right across the bay. So, and it was headed towards Sandusky.
But you were.
See Castalia. I can see Castalia from here too.
Mm-hmm.
I see it. We're looking at a map, but you're in Marblehead right now, right?
Yes.
And you were okay. It wasn't coming near you. Is that right?
Correct. Yep, I'm fine. I'm standing outside right now. It's not raining. It's real calm out. But Sandusky looks like it's getting pounded from where I'm standing right now.
So you have no rain in Marblehead. We're looking at our weather map, our Doppler, and it shows that you're clear, right?
Not even a sprinkle.
Yeah, and the strongest of the cell is south of Cedar Point in the city of Sandusky, now pushing off to the east,
exactly.
to the east and perhaps northeast just a little bit. Okay.
Larry, what'd you win?
I won a contest on 94.5. It was strange because it was going on while I was talking to Dan McClintock on the radio, and I'm thinking, oh boy, this is is this really happening?
Right. That'd be WXKR, right, Larry?
Yep, 94.5.
All right, congratulations. Stay safe now.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for calling us, Larry.
Okay, thanks.
Kind of a freaky afternoon all the way around on a number of different levels. This thing just out of the blue, and as we've said, there are some damage reports. We've had a couple of reports of businesses, farm damage out in Sandusky County, and we heard from the sheriff that there were reports of at least a couple of touchdowns.
Not the severe weather system that we expected when we came in this afternoon, or Stan and Bill. It is the unpredictability of Mother Nature here in Northwest Ohio. We'll take a quick break. Come right back.
Hail and everything could yet again cause some more damage, and the damage has been very severe. If you're just joining us here on 13 ABC Action News, we have been following this all evening long with potential tornado activity out in Lake Township. There are 3 confirmed fatalities in that area, and search and rescue crews are out there. They have people from all over, police departments from Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan, all working together, trying to help some of these communities. We have other reports of damage in Delta, also up in Lenawee and Monroe counties. And one of the places that was also hit overnight was Millbury in Wood County. 13 ABC's Joe Nugent was there.
The wind continued to blow throughout the night here in Millbury, although at much lower speeds than earlier. On Riemann Road, there's this house that still stands, another that's missing the second floor, and yet another that's completely destroyed.
Oh, checkbook. I'm looking for checkbook.
That's Tim Miller's home.
The whole impact sounded like you were standing between two trains. It just blew, and you could just feel it rip the house off, and then all you felt was air from the house being gone. There was nothing but air. And the floor stayed on. As you can see, the floor's still there, and we were underneath in the basement. So it just sucked.
Well, you're smiling.
What do you do? My family's alive. That's all I care about.
A similar account at this house where 4 people survived by taking cover in the basement. In the hours after, they grabbed what they could with help from neighbors.
It looked like a giant wall cloud, like something that you see, on National Geographic, not something we see here in Ohio. But evidently that's what it was, because it swung right around and came this way.
The thing about it, is, I got her up and I says, get in the basement. I think I see something coming. And we got in the basement, and it was just like in the movies. You hear your house shaking, stuff falling, and you come out, you never know what you'll find. And luckily, we wasn't that bad. These people over here, they all got in the basement, and their house was leveled.
The storm's path of destruction left a memory that will never fade. And thankfully, on this road, it's only a memory of cars and houses, and not something more. On the east side of Millbury, Joe Nugent, 13 ABC Action News.
Cloud. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. We're continuing to keep you up to date with the latest information surrounding the tornado outbreak that hit our area late last night into the early morning. 13 ABC's Bill Horman is live in Lake Township, which is part of the area that was hit the hardest. Bill, what's the latest from there?
Well, Christian, we can show you a vivid demonstration of just how strong a tornado is. We're used to seeing what it does to buildings. Buildings are immobile objects. Look at it. Took out the second floor of this municipal building, but look what it did to a parking lot full of cars. This is a Lake Township police vehicle that is pretty much bowed into a U shape. Look at this black car just a couple down. That car was sitting in this very spot last night. It got picked up by this tornado and spun around. You see where that collapsed Pepsi machine is? That's where that car ended up, thrown 50 feet. Vivid demonstration of the power of one of these storms. When you were a kid, you always heard the stories that tornadoes are so strong they can take a straw and push it through the bark of a tree. They are so strong they can strip the bark off of a tree. This used to be bark covered. This used to be the bark that covered that tree, completely denuded because of one of the more powerful tornadoes we have seen move through northwest Ohio. The destruction is almost indescribable. You have to be here to really see it. As much video as we can show you doesn't do it justice. This was a terrible night here. Reporting live from Lake Township, Bill Horman, 13 ABC Action News.
Incredible video. Thanks, Bill. Now, for all of you folks in Lucas County, there was minor damage to the area. Here's a quick rundown of what we know so far. Lucas County emergency officials tell us 30 to 35 homes suffered minor damage, 3 with major damage, and 1 completely destroyed. 4,000 were without power this morning, but that number is up tonight at 1,700. Authorities say those power outages are in the areas like Lake Township, where you see Bill Horman. Officials are working hard and say power will be restored by tomorrow afternoon. And of course, stay with 13 ABC for the latest on this tornado outbreak. We'll have continuing coverage this evening right here on 13 ABC, 13abc.com, Facebook, and Twitter.
And we do have confirmation of tornadoes in Michigan, waiting for the confirmation in Ohio. We'll tell you more in a few moments.
Live from Toledo, this is 13 ABC Action News, now available in digital widescreen.
Well, last night, the worst weather event in more than a decade. Several tornadoes dropped from the sky. At least 7 people are dead, and there may be millions of dollars damaged. We are continuing our storm coverage tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Bill Horman.
And I'm Christian Brown, live in Lake Township, right in front of Lake High School, what used to be Lake High School, what's left of Lake High School. I want to show you what we're standing in front of right now. As you can see, the building is totally toppled over. You see big rims of steel, cement, and trees. One can only thank God that no one was in the building when this building toppled over. Now, right now, there are contractors on the scene at this late hour trying to assess the damage. There were some fatalities in all of this. 7 people lost their lives. Out of the 7 killed, the Wood County coroner is releasing the identities of 5 so far. There are as follows: 20-year-old Bailey Bowman of Walbridge. She is the one believed to have been killed at the police station. 40-year-old Ted Kranz of Millbury, the father of this year's valedictorian. He was killed by debris at his home. 36-year-old Mary Walters and her 5-year-old son Hayden, both of Millbury. And 56-year-old Kathleen Hammett of Wauseon. Hammett was driving along State Route 795 when her car was struck by debris. Now joining me now is 13 ABC's Santa Ora. She has more on the lives lost and the people who love, the people who lost their lives.
Well, everyone is stunned. They're all numb. Now, for the first time today, we were able to enter those neighborhoods hard hit by the tornadoes, and the footage speaks volumes. It's a horrific sight. The 28,000 block of Main Street is shut down. Lives are shattered.
The people involved here are very close to us. It's devastating. They lost everything, so right now it's I think we're just in shock.
This used to be the Walters family home. Mary and her 5-year-old son Hayden were killed on impact. Her husband and daughter are still hospitalized. Mary's friends, family, and co-workers gathered tonight in support for the family and searched for keepsakes.
She was wonderful. She was a great mom, a great friend, a great co-worker, a great boss.
Mary worked at the Children's Discovery Center in Waterville, a place her son also attended.
Horrible. I can't wait for him to come every morning anymore. I would wait for him every morning to come in the door. It's just horrible. It's horrible.
Tragedy also lines Case Road. The Kranz residence is also home to Lake High School's valedictorian, Katie Kranz. Her father, Ted, was killed overnight.
So when they were down in the basement, the lights flickered, and he came upstairs to start the generator, and then next thing they knew, they could see the sky. Ted was a great family man. He was home all the time with the children, went to all of the sporting events with the kids, supported them in everything that they've done.
Now, the rest of the Kranz family were rescued from their basement and are staying with relatives tonight. Now, tomorrow morning, we are expecting to learn more from authorities. The Lake Township Police Department is holding a press conference at Fireside Park at 10 o'clock in the morning in Millbury.
All right, thank you so much, Senna. We want to show you another perspective from the high school. If you can see this over my shoulder, just amazing. The roof totally gone. You can see inside classrooms. You can actually see that there's actually a TV still hanging in place. It looks like inside of one of the classrooms. The storms have devastated this community. Homes and buildings destroyed, cars flipped, trees uprooted, debris everywhere you look. Again, all of this just hours before the class of 2010 was set to graduate here. 13 ABC's Elizabeth Choi reports.